Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI4 as we are playing as Austria Hungary in the battle for the Bosporus expansion. So sorry that this video is going to be so late. I don't even know if it'll still be Thursday when this comes out, because I'm recording it Thursday evening, so might actually end up being early Friday morning. Now, as you guys know, we have changed our schedule here. We're going to an every other day format. We're supposed to be putting out videos on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And what happened with this one is on Wednesday we actually had something come up. Unfortunately, we had some serious car troubles, and so I wasn't able to record much. I just did the CK3 video real quick, and so I wasn't able to record this episode, so that's why I'm recording it here on Thursday. And what's unfortunate is that this throws off the entire schedule for the week, because I was supposed to record like a bunch of videos in advance today. I was going to record the Saturday HOI4 video today, and then 2 CK3 videos for Friday and for Saturday, because on Friday I won't be able to record anything, because Friday is actually my birthday. I am turning 34 years old, so I am now officially in my mid-30s. Now, I've never actually really cared much about my birthday. I didn't celebrate it at all until I think my first birthday I celebrated was 21. But yeah, I never celebrated my birthday before that. I got my first birthday cake when I was 22, which I was actually cupcakes that my wife made me, because we didn't celebrate birthdays, or at least not my birthday, in my house as a kid. I had pretty cruddy parents, a drug addict mother who didn't really care much about me. So we didn't do birthdays. I never got any presents or any cakes or anything like that. And then I eventually ended up in group homes and foster homes in the system, and they didn't really celebrate birthdays either. So I never celebrated birthdays as a kid. So now as adults, I kind of look at it as, I don't really care about it. However, my family does care about it, and I am working on Friday. So while I don't really care about my birthday, my family does. My wife and kids do. They give me presents. My kids make stuff for me. And they kind of my wife makes a big deal about it, a little bit more than she probably would, just because, I didn't celebrate my birthday as a kid. So, I appreciate it, of course, that they care about me in that way. So, I'm not recording any videos on Friday. And so therefore, the schedule's gonna be all messed up, because I was trying to record in advance, and instead I'm recording this video here. And so what I'm gonna have to do, guys, is, we'll have this episode here for, obviously it's gonna be probably early Friday morning rather than Thursday. And then the next episode will be on Sunday. So just kind of move some things around just to kind of accommodate, the issues. So yeah, let's go and get started, guys. So last episode, we failed several times with this invasion. I got a few things we can do here to try and fix this. Before we mess with these invasions, though, there's a couple things I need to take care of that you guys actually brought up in the comments. One of them was the fact that I didn't give the submarines that upgrade that we got for them, which is the upgrade for the snorkels. So we're gonna go ahead and get that. Oops. So we're gonna go and get the improved snorkels on there. That'll be 3 experience, and that does for what we're getting here, it's kind of a pain in the butt to do all this, because we're gonna have to add 6 lines here, which I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 2 more. So we gotta get 6 lines here. We need to give them their dockyards. We're gonna have to. We got to move these convoys down here. Then we got to change all these to only build 1 more. And then the final thing we'll have to do is then get, these guys assigned to their location. So, this is really a lot of work for not much gain. We're going to do this a little bit different than the way they were set up before. We're only going to put 4 of these over here in Italy, while the other 2 will go into the Pacific theater, since we are starting to operate there a little bit more. And then I have one more thing I want to do here. Before we do that, I'll do the other thing you guys brought up in the comments, and that's the fact that I didn't actually check commencement ready. Now, that didn't impact anything, because it's not ready yet. It needs 41 more days before it is. But yeah, we do want to do that, because we want it to commence as soon as they're finished there. The other thing we need to do when it comes to submarines is I did start assigning, this is something I noticed, I did start assigning the 4s to these task force, which I actually want them to be into their own separate task force. So we're going to take any 4s out and have them be in their own separate task force. I'm just going to go through here and see make sure I didn't add any more. And, you don't have to do this. Put up the different submarines, the different versions of them, putting them into different task force. You don't have to do this, but the reason why I like to do it is because of the fact that each version has their own range and their own speed, and so there is that benefit if you have the task force, because the task force, their range is the range of the ship with the lowest range. So same thing with the speed. The speed of the task force is the speed of the slowest ship. So it does have a slight benefit, making sure that your different types of submarines, again, not so much variants, but the different versions with the different hulls and the different engines. You do want to make sure that those are separated if you want to be completely efficient. For instance, like these guys here should actually probably be in their own task force here, but I'm not willing to create a task force just for a level 2 submarine. But yeah, we're going to go through these ones as well, and just to make sure that we're going as efficiently as possible, get the best range and the best speed. All right, so we're going to separate those guys. Looks like we got a few here as well. I'm going to place them into that new one. And looks like we're good to go. So we want to make sure, of course, that we're not over our cap here. So let's go ahead and merge some of these. In fact, we might merge a few more. All right, excellent. All right, so everybody should be good to go now. There might be some additional areas that we need to add. Let me just make sure. Oh, yes, that's right. There's this area here. They can't launch this invasion without us covering that yellow army. So we do need to cover that. And then let me take a look and see if the red army has anything that needs to be added. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're actually, yeah, we're good to go here. Could remove this one. I don't think we're actually operating there, so we could go and move out of that one. Unless we have some planes here, which we do not. All right, and then the final thing we need to do here before we can get started, there's a lot of stuff that I noticed or you guys noticed. So we want to get all this taken care of. We're going to go ahead and send some more divisions here if there's no supply issues. That's one thing I want to check. Make sure that we don't have, oh, we're actually good on supply. Okay, so we're going to add a couple more divisions, not a lot. And the reason for that is because I actually have something else that the Purple Army is going to be doing a little bit later. So we don't want to put too many divisions over here. We're going to keep 10 for what I want to use them for later. And we'll just have these 14 here. And that should help them. They are having trouble holding here. Also, we are building the fort up here, and I think this could end up being a theater for a little while. So let's go ahead and build up both of these forts, guys, here in Alaska. All right, excellent. Also, nuclear reactors need to get built. So we'll want to start doing that. Go ahead and doing any high locations here. These 100%. Do that one instead. And 90%, that's good enough. All right, so we'll get those building. And then we're going to want to go ahead and tick down all of the infrastructure that we're working on, which is really not that important, honestly. Just building it so that we're using it for something. All right, excellent. We can go ahead and take these two that are almost done and put those up at the top. Make sure that they get some factories and finish that up, because, yeah, they're very, very close to being done here. So we'll do that. And then there's one other area. I wanted to take a look at the supply situation and see if there's, yep, there is an excess of supply here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a few of these divisions. We have, what is it, 18. Yeah, we have 18 of these. We're going to take, I guess, 8 of them. We do have a few shortages, so we won't do all of them. And plus, this could cause supply issues. Yeah, the artillery is the main shortage here, guys. So we're going to change these up to the 40 width, and they should be training, but we'll make sure that they continue that. All right, so that's the other thing I wanted to do, and we should probably change up our factories. Since we're clearly having some artillery issues, it's our main shortage. I want to say we can pull from the support equipment. Looks like that is certainly the case. So we can pull from that. Also, I think medium tanks are pretty stacked as well, so we could probably pull from these just a little bit. I know that we need more light tanks, so I'm going to put into this just a little bit. All right, so that looks pretty good. Just kind of give our factory some orders for if we take over any more territory, so we don't have to mess with that. I think that's it, guys. Good God, that took forever. So let's go ahead and do a few things with this invasion, which is what I've been wanting to take care of. We're going to take 2 of these divisions here. Actually, let's go and take all these and assign them here. And then we're going to take 2 of these divisions and set up a secondary naval invasion of that little island right there. And of course, the benefit of that, we're also going to take 2 more divisions and send them over here to replace those 2. But the benefit of that is a completely different state, that one little French island there. And so that means we could build a whole new air base and get 2,000 more planes. And maybe it might be close enough, probably not, but it might be close enough where our close air support would be able to reach this location. Perhaps. So that would really help us out in the attack there. Alright, so I think that's everything, guys. We do have this yellow army going. We're going to see if they succeed. If they do, then, you know, we'll push over here and take all the rest of Madagascar over. If they don't, though, there's a few things we might have to do to try and ensure that we win there. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what we sunk here. We got some convoys sunk. Alright, fantastic. It's not going to take very long for these guys to do this invasion here, to get ready for it. But we do have to send them both at the same time. There's no way for us to just, say, send one of them without pulling the troops out, of course. I suppose we could do that. Yeah, we'll just have to send them both. So let's see if we get this win here in Madagascar. It looks like that's a no. Okay, so, I mean, maybe. No, I don't think so, guys. Yeah, I really don't think so. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. Let's go and start up an invasion here. Just start the planning for that. And then we're going to take a few more of these troops here, like maybe 4 divisions, and get them to start moving over here. Oops, not a, yeah, fallback line. That's what we want. Let's actually, oops, my bad. I did this wrong here, guys. I might have just messed up the entire green army. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so we'll have to fix that. Yep, that's my bad, guys. I was supposed to throw these guys into this and then do the fallback line. Get them coming on over here. Because it looks like we'll need additional divisions down there. I don't know if we'll need 10. Could always send a few more, but hopefully 8 should be enough. Now we're going to have to fix the training army since we did mess them up. Or I messed them up. So let's get the area defense set up there again. And then, you know, I almost want to go ahead and have these guys on a coastal location. I think that might be better. Send them over here. And that way they can easily deploy to wherever we want them to go. And then just cover the port. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, so we'll set them up over there. And then I think that also means we... Oh, no, we don't have any troops training. Okay. I was going to say we would have to redo them as well. Set them to go back to that army. So yeah, it does look like we're going to lose here. 4 divisions wasn't enough. They only have 3 divisions here. But yeah, this just wasn't enough, guys. We were fighting in the jungle as well. This is terrible location to be invading, but yeah, we did fail that. So let's set them up to go here, though we are going to want to cancel the orders, and then we're going to set them up to go to this one, maybe, if I can. Having some difficulty. There we go. Set them up to go to that, and we'll do that invasion there, and then that will give us an air base so that we can get some air support down here to try and tip the scales into our favor. So do we have all the divisions here? It looks like that's a no. We're still waiting on 2 more. Do we have any divisions that need training? We do. Alright, so we'll go ahead and train these guys up while we wait for these 2 divisions to arrive. Since they did take some casualties in the failed invasion here. And I think that's all we have going. And of course we do have Alaska as well. We take a look, make sure we're winning here. It does seem we are still winning. Alright, excellent. And then we'll have more divisions are being added as well. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with these American troops here, though. Maybe those are the ones that we defeated and they still haven't retreated just yet? That's a possibility. So we are losing that. It looks like it keeps on tipping back and forth between green and red. Alright, let's see if these guys are all here and ready to go and trained up. They are, but they do still need to get their organization back up. So we'll have to wait a little bit for that one. And then, of course, this yellow army here, we'll go ahead and wait for them as well to get their organization back up and maybe even train that 1 division there. Get that a little bit of experience he needs, and then we'll do an invasion of that island. So we have a decision available. War bonds. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We actually have a lot of political power to spend, so let's go ahead and do the press censorship and make sure we get notified when they're done with it. We can also do the region-wide industrial integration. We'll get notified when that's ready. We don't really need any of these resources. The only resources that we need right now would be rubber and tungsten. So don't really need anything here. You know, I don't think oil is going to be an issue anytime soon. And we still have political power. We're gaining a lot right now. So what we could do is do some military parades. And we'd do them here in Portugal and Spain, since they actually have modifiers that has resulted in them going communist. They still have those modifiers there that they got from their focus tree, since they were both originally communist. So I think, yeah, the Spanish have one as well. Yeah, right there. So I really think those should be removed when you puppet them. What's the point of changing their ideology if they're just going to go right back to what they were before? I guess you could make the argument maybe that's not what they should do, but... Alright, so these guys are done here. Germany did cancel the Lend-Lease they had with us. And Communist China just joined the Allies. Okay, that's interesting. That means they left the Chinese faction. I guess they're not in the Allies. Alright, well, I guess the important thing to note here is that they left the Chinese United Front, which means we might see the Civil War start in China. Not that that really affects us at all. Alright, so these guys are ready to go. Let's go and send them. And there we go. So we're going to send these guys. They'll probably fail here, but we'll be taking the island and they'll give us another airbase. We might want to go ahead and move, if we can, move some close air support and some fighters over here. So let's see. We've got these two. We'll move them over here. We're going to do the more ground crews there. And then we got the close air support as well. And okay, we have upgraded some of them. And so these ones can now reach here while the other ones cannot. So they'll have to stay on doing the naval strike. All right. So we'll have a little bit of air support there. So hopefully that'll succeed. We'll just have to wait and see. The next invasion we're sending off is this Yellow Army here. They're still getting that organization up, so we'll have to wait. All right, so let's see where these guys are at. So the island is undefended, which we knew that. We knew there wasn't anybody there. So we'll be taking that island over. And again, I do expect this invasion will probably fail as the other ones did, but next time it'll be better, guys. It'll be better. All right. So we'll have to see if anybody's defending here and how many are defending here. It looks like we did find a light cruiser here. We bombed him. Almost destroyed him as well. Excellent. I'm guessing he was in that naval base. Looks like it is not defended. Alright. Yeah, it's completely undefended. Okay, we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take that, guys. So now our purpose here is to try and advance as quickly as possible and try and take all this territory here. So one thing we should also consider... let's get these planes moved first, and then we'll talk about that. So let's go and get any of the planes that we moved. I guess we can move those guys, the close air support here. How many can we fit? No, we won't be able to fit them. So we'll just have to move... Okay, what we could do is move these guys, and then have them do close air support here, since the other ones can kind of reach. And then we're going to want the two fighters that are assigned here. Get them moved over here as well, so they'll have better efficiency, because it does look like we are facing quite a few enemy planes. Yeah, they outnumber us by a lot there. Alright, so what we need to do is advance as quickly as possible here, guys, and we're going to send all the divisions off that way, while these guys here could then come over here and take care of these little issues here. So we'll bring them over to here, and then we're also probably just going to want to send the entire army there, actually. Yeah, you know what, let's go and take all the divisions here that don't have an assignment, and get them moving to this front now. Now, we could end up having, of course, some supply issues and other issues, so we're going to want to build this up. It looks like just taking the port was enough to get control of the state, so now we can't build everything here. So we're going to want to do everything we need to ensure we don't have any supply issues, and to make sure we have air coverage as well. Alright, so move all that up to the top there. Alright, fantastic. Also, I did forget about those tanks over here in Japan, which are still taking attrition. The light tanks are anyway. Let's go and move some of these out, guys. We're going to move them to an island. Obviously not here, because I don't know if that would cause supply issues. Let's just move these two. Move two over here and see if that fixes the situation. Remember, we are building up there as well to try and fix it. So let's move those guys. And you know what? This is going to be like a staging area for the tanks. I'd like to send as many of them over here as we can. So let's go ahead and build up the infrastructure and the naval base to ensure that we have full supply there. So move those up to the top. Make sure that's not affecting anything more important. No, everything's good to go. We have plenty of civilian factories, guys. Not really an issue. Let's take a look and see if this yellow army is ready to go. Looks like they are. So let's go and send them. I'm going to take that island for us, and then we'll have to build that up as well. All right, fantastic. So these guys are going to try and push as far as we can, get as much territory before the American divisions come, which I'm sure they're going to send like a horde of divisions here, because where else is the Americans fighting right now? We did get that bonus. Now we have two choices here. Attack for our torpedoes or the reveal chance being reduced. Let's do the attack, guys. And we're going to use the experience for that as well. Get it down to 72 days. Let's go and dip around, see what's happening here. It looks like we are sinking the convoys that are going around the Cape there. Also, oh, we're not there just yet. I was going to say, it looks like the island is undefended there. I think it is. I think it is undefended. All right. So, hopefully we can get up to at least this point. I want 2 ports. We don't want to be in a situation where we only have 1 port. With any naval invasion, you always want to have a second port just in case it gets taken from you, which can easily happen. So with these 2 troops that just got here, let's go ahead and have one of them take that territory there, and then one will come take this territory here, and then somebody will take that for us as well. Yeah, you always do want to have more than 1 port. So we're going to try and get to this port here at the very least. And then also there's a river there, so it's hard to attack it. Yeah, you can already see the divisions are coming, guys. Yep, they're already here. So let's just try and get as much territory as we can. And we should also plan for the Americans sending like a stupid amount of divisions here, guys. I think we should just plan for that. So let's go ahead and build the land fort up with the expectation that they're going to send so many divisions that we won't be able to, defend against it. And we're going to need something to defend, a place to defend on. Remember, this is America, so, one invasion sometimes, especially in an area like this where you can't spread out, and well, when you're not using fast troops, we're not even sending tanks. Yeah, like we can't even get a win here. Yeah, this is surprising. Yeah, we can't even get a win right there. So I guess I'm glad I built the forts there. I was hoping we were going to get a little bit further than we did. What am I trying to do here? We're trying to build a front line. Let's go and give them a planning bonus. Yeah, it does look like we're having trouble winning here. Now, I think a big part of that is the reinforcement bonus. I think what's happening is we're not reinforcing, and I think that's exactly what was happening with our invasions before, is that our troops were not, we're not reinforcing. So when we look at this here, and you can see that we have 120 combat width, so we should be able to put 3 divisions of our 40 width divisions in here. And you see we only have 2. So one of them still has to reinforce there. And then when these guys get defeated, then these divisions in reserve need to come in here and reinforce. And as nonsensical as it is, this is based on a percentage. It's not like I understand what it's supposed to represent, that it takes time to move, from the reserves to the front line. That's what it's supposed to represent. That's what combat width represents, that you can only have so many divisions effectively in an area, obviously. So I understand what it represents. What I don't understand is why it's a percentage to get to the front. I mean, it's a very low percentage that happens with each tick. It's just a chance that you'll get to the front. And I really don't understand what that represents. So yeah, here's a weird situation where we're winning the attack but losing the defense. Really trying to push forward here, guys. Hope we can. But yeah, we're in a situation now. And again, I think it was a reinforced problem here. Yeah, they're just not reinforcing fast enough. We'll send those ones in. And we did force 3 of their divisions to retreat here. And we are getting all this taken over in the meantime. And let's have these guys come over to here. And then what we're going to want to do... So let's make sure those guys are going to this location here. And what we're going to want to do is build like a port somewhere, just in case, because we might not get through here, guys. So I think we should build a port. Maybe one right there and one right here. Maybe just level 1 ports so we don't get cut off. We're in a very vulnerable position here, guys. So what I'm worried about, I guess we'll get something picked here, and I'll tell you what I'm worried about. Let's get the mechanized for those medium tanks. So what I'm worried about here, and I really don't think we're going to win here either, guys. This just doesn't look possible. It's just too many damn divisions. Maybe if we attacked with just full organization divisions, might look a little bit better. Not much. It's not much better, guys. Well, that one's green. But yeah, what I'm worried here is that, the AI had somebody set to go after this naval base here. And, they had somebody set to not attack it, but to move here. And then that will not be considered a naval invasion because they were just set to move here. And this is another one of those many, many bugs that I've talked about before. That paradox still hasn't fixed, and maybe they don't consider this a bug, but I think it is. If you have a division set to go into a port and then that port goes into enemy hands, then the division can still enter that port as if it's still in your hands. You don't need a naval invasion, and it happens all the time. I've had it happen many times where I don't defend the port and there's no naval invasion, and they just take it because somebody was set to move there already. Another thing that needs to be fixed, one of many. What we could do is have one of these guys grab this province here for us, or even one of these exhausted ones. Go over there and grab that one for us. All right, let's go and take a look at that yellow army, see how they're doing. They were successful. Excellent. So we need to build this base up, and clearly we already have too many troops here for the supply. Naval base is pretty low. So yeah, we'll go ahead and build that up. And same thing with the radar. That's what we really needed here, something we could build up since we can't build up here. And I think if I'd sent more divisions, we would have just taken attrition issues. So we're going to move all these up to the top as well. Just make sure they're not affecting anything important, which they're not. All right, excellent. So we're going to tell these guys to stop their attack. We can go in and get rid of this as well. Maybe. And then we're going to want to set up an invasion here, which these guys should be going over there. Let's go ahead and set up an invasion here so they can at least start planning it. And then we'll probably just get rid of this one. I don't think that's necessary. All right, so that's taken care of. And yeah, I don't know that we're going to win here, guys. It sure seems like that's a no. Just too many divisions. We also don't want them attacking us here, though, because then we won't be able to build that fort at all. So that's the one advantage of us attacking here, is that we're building a fort up right now. And you know what? Let's send another division here. I'm pretty worried about that happening, just because I thought we'd get another port, and it looks like that's not going to happen. But if we keep the pressure on, then they can't restore their organization of their troops here, which didn't have much organization to begin with because they moved on the railroads. And really, I'm just trying to stop them from attacking me while we build the forts. Because remember, you can't build anything in a province that is being attacked. And yeah, we're just not reinforcing very fast. And that seems to be the issue right now. Now, there is a division, an upgrade, excuse me, a support company, I should say, that does make that easier to do, reinforcing. But it's not usually a problem, with the exception of certain types of fights, like this one here, and naval invasions can be helpful as well. So it's helpful, but it's only helpful in very specific types of fights. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever win here, guys. It's getting less and less likely, it seems. But remember, by keeping the fight on against them, then they're not able to restore their organization, and they're not able to attack us. Now, given we also are weakened in ourselves, so that's, of course, a problem. All right, so this is just not working at all, unfortunately. Let's keep pulling these guys out and keep trying to make this attack happen. And then just taking out the ones that are too weak to continue it. But yeah, they just keep more divisions there. But again, the purpose here is not so much winning, it's keeping the attack going. All right, let's take a look at Alaska. Also, we'll see what happened here. Looks like we're sinking some Canadian destroyers. Okay. See what we got here. Got a convoy there. Excellent. Make sure we're not having any supply issues. Remember, we do have more troops coming here as well. I think we have a full 24 assigned here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're just making their way here. Looks like they're coming. They're still got a long way to go. Looks like supply situation has been fixed here. Excellent. So we're not taking losses there from the attrition. So that's great news. And then Alaska, I want to dip over here and make sure. Yep, we're losing here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take some troops. It looks like one of these guys is already going, so we'll have him retreat. But I don't think that's going to be enough. So let's go ahead and send one of these other guys up there to assist. And then I'm even going to send one of these ones there as well. With the least amount of entrenchment. Try to make sure we hold that province. I don't know, guys. I don't know if we'll be able to or not. Alright, so again, just having a lot of difficulty here. We're not going to win. I think at this point we should probably stop because they would be able to defeat us fairly easily. We did get one fort built. Not much, though. Yeah, not much. Alright, so this guy's coming over here. We're still waiting for the rest of the army to get here. I'm not entirely sure where they're at. They're right there. Okay, so they'll be here soon. Kind of help us hold this. And yeah, we'll never win there, guys. So all we can really do is hope to get the fortifications built here before they attack us, as well as getting more planes here, which we can actually go ahead and do. So let's take another one of these guys, and we see who's assigned to New England. This one is. Let's have him come over here. And we also just built something else up over there. So let's go ahead and get... I do want to keep a fighter here, so you know what? Let's just go ahead and duplicate one of these fighters here, guys. Alright, and then maybe even one more, since we still don't have control of the skies. And even with the 800 fighters, that might not be enough. They do have 1,200 fighters, guys. But at least we can try and contend. Try and see if we can't get supremacy there. They are now attacking us. That means we are no longer building the fort. I want to say... Okay, so what we could do is go ahead and build a fort here. Yeah, we'll have to do that, guys. Let's go ahead and build up a fort here with preparation of, under the idea that we're gonna lose that. We're gonna build them up in both these locations. Again, what we really kind of have to do is open up multiple fronts against the Americans, so they can't just throw huge armies at us on each invasion. And then two things happen. Either one, we open up a front where they can't stop us, especially if we can send tanks to that front quickly and then just rapidly take a lot of territory. So that's one thing that might happen. The other thing that happens, and of course that happens because there's just too many fronts for them to cover with their divisions, and the other thing that happens is you just wear them down and they run out of manpower equipment. So what decision is this? Okay, the region-wide industrial integration. We'll keep on doing these as long as we have the political power to do so. Alright, sunk a American convoy there. French convoy right there. Alright, we have 5 total troops here, so I think we have all the troops here now. Yeah, all the ones that we're planning on sending. We just gotta get the supply up here. We are still taking a little bit of attrition, but we are getting that dockyard built, so that should hopefully get better. We are winning this, so we were able to get one of the forts built, an additional one, I mean. So we have 2 forts there. It looks like one of them's damaged, though. And then these guys here are all gonna come over to this front. Looks like they were already going there, but... Alright, excellent. And then we want to have some dockyards built here, just in case we end up losing some territory. So yeah, we can just wear them down with forts. It's not the best way to do it, and that's why we have, additional plans. So we got the better landing craft, which means that's going to be a little bit easier. And I want to say we're done here outside of that, which we'll get the electric torpedoes when we finish this one. There's a lot of other stuff I want to get, guys. And I kind of think that we should start working on air doctrines. As many of you guys may know who've watched my series before, I do rely very heavily on the Air Force. I build a lot of planes, and I need them to succeed typically. My military is very much based on air power. And with us having that bug that happened where we lost 5,000 planes or so, that really hit us kind of hard. It's gonna be very difficult to get air superiority across all the different regions we'll be fighting in, because the Americans are just going to outnumber us in the skies. Planes are one of those things you got to build across the entire game, as well as avoiding taking too high of casualties so that you can keep on building up your plane numbers rather than just replacing losses. And so with us losing 5,000 planes, I mean, that is absolutely crippling, guys. And what's really unfortunate is that when we lost the big shot of planes, when China took over all that territory that we were occupying, they got it in the peace treaty, and then it went to them, and we had planes across that territory, like 3,000 planes or so, and then all that was destroyed due to the bug. That video, when I recorded it, a patch came out, I believe, the day after I recorded that video that fixed the issue. And I did test it as well. It has been fixed. So planes are no longer deleted when they're in an airbase that has a change of possession in that province. So that bug has been fixed. It's just unfortunate it was fixed the day after we lost those 3,000 planes. Real shame. So that kind of cripples us. So I really feel like we've got to start working on air doctrines to try and make our planes better. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Americans have already started on this. So let's go ahead and we're going to do the battlefield support, guys. And we will use, no, we're not going to use the experience. I don't think that's worth it. We'll just research it. We'll use the experience for, trying to improve our current planes. So they're winning here. They're only sending a few divisions. They're having difficulty here. They might be having reinforcement issues themselves. Maybe not. They seem to be doing, oh, yeah, looks like reinforcement issues kind of hitting them too. So we'll have these 9 divisions, and that'll be decisive. I don't think they'll be able to win there, but maybe. You never know. We are already building up, in the back there, just in case. So we'll have those divisions there, and we're not using the tanks here for a reason, guys. I already knew that this was going to happen. Even if we had moved faster, they still would have got, maybe we would have got to this point, but eventually they would have thrown so many divisions at us that we wouldn't have been able to move forward, guys. So that's the reason why I didn't send the tanks there, plus supply would have been an issue. I have a different plan for the tanks. It doesn't really matter who we do here. We'll just do somebody who we know is in the war. At this point, we have done it for everybody that matters, that's actually going to play like a role in the conflict. We are now winning here, so that's good to see. And yes, over here, this is our other point where we're trying to make some things happen. Oh no, looks like Grasshopper's been shot down. We lost Grasshopper, guys. We got the improved infantry equipment, so that's helpful. What do we want to get next? I think we're done here for now. There's a lot of stuff to get. You know, mountain infantry, get the special forces techs down there. Quite a few things to get, guys. But I think it's about time to start working on the 1945 techs. I know we're still a little ways away from 1945, but you know what? Let's go and start getting them. We're going to start with the nuclear bombs, guys. I think it'd be really helpful to get those. Now, we are starting to face some attrition here, which is unfortunate. We still got to get the naval base built up. I think the Germans are causing the issue here. Yeah, we probably would have had enough supply for our troops, but with Germans pumping in, I think that's going to cause some issues, guys. Remember, we're building these ports over here, so just in case we lose this, which is the whole reason why I have to have two divisions back here, just to hold it, you know, in case we lose that. Now, it does look like there's nobody coming here, so that's good. But I wanted to confirm, because sometimes, I mean, it's happened a few times in the past, and it's just absolutely devastating when it does. Alright, so these guys are no longer facing supply issues, but we won't send the other 5 divisions until we get that port built a little bit higher, of course. Alright, so yeah, we're just largely on the defense now. Got to get this area here built up. What we could do is start building more troops. I think we do have a lot of equipment to make use of. Let's go ahead and build as many of the mountain troops as we can. Go ahead and set them up to deploy here. And into the trained army. And then we'll build some medium tanks as well. Some of our Magyars. And we'll get like, I don't know, maybe 10 of them. It's always helpful to have those. And then we can have some more regular infantry as well. Some of these 40 widths. We'll see how many we can get. I know we are lacking certain types of equipment. There we go. It looks like the artillery is still the problem here. We did put a lot of factories into that, so that should get better, guys. So yeah, we'll build some more troops up. Since we do have the manpower, we have the equipment, might as well. And we might need it, because the Americans have a ton of troops. Absolute ton of troops, guys. Some Lend-Lease offers for that artillery. We'll actually accept this, guys. I think that would be helpful. But yeah, supply issues here, guys, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a bummer. We did get that port built, so that's done. So at the very least, if we lose this port here, then we don't lose. And so what I'm going to do is send one of these divisions over to there now. And we're going to want to attack forward, but I don't think we'll ever win here with that many divisions, guys. All we can really do is hope that they attack us, but they might not do that because of the forts. I mean, they don't really seem to have any interest in attacking us here. We did get another destroyer sunk. Excellent. Another destroyer sunk there as well. Do we have any room in the airbase? We do. How are we doing in the skies? We are still losing despite 800 planes. They've added more fighters here. Okay, so essentially what we need to do is get another fighter wing then. I'm going to duplicate that. Get him over here and get us up to 1,000. Yeah, it's still, they're going to have more air bases here, as you guys can see, so we're always going to be outnumbered there. Unfortunately, there's really no way around that. Looks like we're overstaffed here, so you know what, let's move one of these over to here. We also have close air support, a lot of close air support doing that. Should have moved them over here. But yeah, we'll just move one of these guys for now. Well, we'll move one of the close air support over to here. Have them provide their naval strikes here. So yeah, I think we're in a stalemate there. That's okay. We're also kind of in a stalemate here, but we're probably causing them a lot of casualties here. The attacks never stop, so we can't build the forts. Because yeah, the attacks, they never ever stop. Let's go and have these guys come on over here. Make sure they get there quicker. It does look like we're very, very close to losing here. In fact, we might even want to send another one of these mountain divisions up there, as we seem to do pretty good at that point. Now we do have forts there, so that's kind of the reason for that. So with that tech there, I think we're done, like completely done with the industrial techs, unless we start running into fuel issues, which I don't expect to happen. in which case we'd have to go down like fuel refining or start getting oil processing. But yeah, I think we're done with the industrial techs, guys. All right, excellent. So let's go on and get something else. Could always start working on naval doctrines, but you know what, guys? There's like so much stuff that we need. So I think we should work on that. Obviously, still have these here as well. Let's do the support companies, guys. Let's go in and get the engineer company 4s, because we are almost in 1945. Just 1 day away. And then we'll be at 1945. All right, so let's go ahead. And let's hope we win this year, too. The historical end of World War II. Maybe we can win this year. I don't know. Let's see, guys. Did we get this port built up high enough? No, not yet. We should probably wait. Just wait till we get a little bit better. And we can do this decision here again. Where is it? Somewhere around here. So we're going to do that, because we have nothing else to spend the political power on. And these are troop convoys. 22 troop convoys. Were they attempting to attack us here? Is that what was going on here? I'm not seeing any naval invasion. I'm not seeing an attack here, but they are engaged in battle. And it looks like we're sinking those troop convoys as well. And they have a carrier defending them. So we are losing planes there too. That's okay though, we're trying to sink those. Yeah, I don't know where those troop convoys were going or what they were doing, but it's very good that we caught them. That was a lot. That was like a full army. There's 22 divisions at least that we saw there, I think. Maybe not, because it's more, you know what, that's not true. We sunk 17 of those, because I think it's four convoys for each of these troops, for each division. So if we had a total of 22 there, which it might have been more than that, then yeah, that would only be, you know, like 5 divisions, 5.5 or something like that. So clearly they're not all the same combat width. All right, so we did get this built up. We did. I'm not going to put them all in here all at once, of course, because I don't know that it could supply all 8 of those divisions, but we're slowly going to get them over there. And we're still doing the planning. You know, it doesn't matter that we don't have all the divisions there. We sunk a destroyer there. All right, excellent. Losing some submarines, losing a lot of convoys, or they're losing a lot of convoys. So, you know, it seems like a good trade-off, I'd say. We did get a bunch of submarines done, so let's go and get all these guys added to our task force here. We're going to do 4 here into this one, and then I guess the other ones would want to create a new task force, which we are at the max here, so we'll have to merge these two. And then take them and throw them into here. And then give them... We're going to make them into sharks, guys, so that we can tell the difference between these two. We'll give them the shark icons for the 4s. So do that for all of them, and then we'll do that in this one as well, since we do have some here. Get them changed over to sharks too. Alright, so I think that's it up here. We do have all these guys. So what we're going to want to do, let's go and start merging some of these. Let's see, let's do... A lot of these guys are repairing right now, or need to repair. I guess they're not repairing yet. So I'm going to just change this up a little bit. And probably not the most efficient way of doing this. 5 into this one here, and then I think that allows us to then merge these two here. All right, excellent. So then we can add one of these into here. Maybe. There we go. And then we'd want to create, let me see how many task force we have. Looks like we have 7. So we can create a bunch of new task force guys. Let's do these guys here next. I'm just trying to get all these newer submarines out there. All right, so we're going to change them up to the sharks as well. Oh, this is super fun. Some ship management. But yeah, it does got to get done, guys. Has to get done. All right, there we go. Beautiful. All right, so hopefully our submarines will be more efficient out there, do more damage, sink convoys faster, all that good stuff. And take less casualties as well, since they have those snorkels. Are still winning here, but just barely. Yeah, just barely winning there. Could always retreat another one of these divisions here if need be. Yeah, I guess we'll send one more over here, just in case. Make sure we don't lose there. And unfortunately, I do think that's going to have to be the end of the episode, guys. Yeah, it's a shame. Kind of stalemated here. At least we landed, so there's that. And they're not fighting us though. A ton of divisions, 34 divisions here. I guess that's about what we have as well. We have a few more than them actually. We are engaging all their troop convoys here, which again I'm not entirely sure what they're doing right now, why they're coming through here. But yeah, we're able to kill them when they do, so probably caused a lot of casualties there. We can go and take a look and see how we're doing on the casualties. So we're up to now 141,000. That's how many we've taken. The Americans did 79,000 of that. And we're probably just going to check us in America for right now, guys. So against the Americans, we did 1.6 million casualties. Wow. That's quite a bit, guys. Yeah, that is quite a bit. So yeah, very, very nice. So 2.63 million casualties total for the Americans. We could take a look at maybe like, I don't know who else we've been fighting, but kind of just look through here. The French, I guess we kind of been fighting the French here. We've done 221,000 casualties of them. The Germans did do more. Did anything change with the participation? Yeah, we're up to 29%. Germany is up to 47, so they were at 46, so they've increased their percentage as well. All right, so it is what it is. It's going to be hard to take control of that treaty. We got to get the Germans ticked down while getting ourselves ticked up. So I think these guys are ready. Yeah, they just finished training, or just arrived. Yeah, these 4 divisions just arrived, and now they just got to get their organization up, and then we're going to do the attack. We'll do the attack on San Diego, so that'll be next episode. So we'll launch that invasion, and then we can also go ahead and send another army over to here since this is completely built up. And, I mean, the Yellow Army is the one that was supposed to go over there. So we'd have to get a new army, which is not yet ready. I would be able to send enough. We could send another army here to then start invasions down here on the East Coast. So we'll have to do that as well. We are looking at a naval invasion. It looks like they're going to attempt to invade us here. Yeah, they're going to try and take that island back. So might want to put divisions there in a new army simply to defend this location. That might be a good idea. So let's go and set these guys up, and that'll at least bring them over here. So we'll set them into a new army. I don't know if we have any good generals. Probably not. Nah, nobody really all that great, honestly. Yeah, we know it's probably better to do the media personality, and then we'll have them just for right now cover these 2 regions, cover those 2 ports, and only focus on covering the ports. So we'll bring them on over here and put them into this army for now. And that'll be the army that will be doing some invasions here. Although, again, I wanted the Yellow Army to do that, trying to get their naval invasion, you know, get that trade up, see if we can't get a general with a naval invasion trait. So that's all getting helped here. But won't be able to do this invasion until we have this built up, and then also can start sending some planes here, which we almost have that done. So I think we're almost ready to do the invasion of Madagascar. So we'll do that next episode, as well as the invasion of the American West Coast. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. Finally got a successful naval invasion, though didn't make much progress on that. But at least we're on North American territory here. I guess we technically already were, but one that we can actually fight on. So a little bit of progress, guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you on the next one, which, remember, will not be until Sunday. I'm going to have to push the Saturday video to Sunday so that I can record it on Saturday. So yeah, I will see you guys on Sunday, and thanks for watching.